right, welcome in everyone to Comic Book Women. As you can tell, we have an extra member of our crew tonight. We are thrilled to have Trish Forstner in the house. Before we get to all that, a couple thank yous. Thank you to Cover Price for being our sponsors. In the description, you can use code Nirvana14 for 1 month of their unlimited membership for 99 cents. And shout out to Bird City Comics, our sponsored retailers. Tomorrow, we have an Avengers Twilight 8-bit homage by Matthew Waite that will be released. And our other sponsor, Nimesh Patel. Thank you so much, Nimesh, for being here. And Nimesh, thank you for being in the show the other day, too. It's so nice when we get to go on other shows sometimes and we see our regulars hopping in. It just means a lot to us. So thank you, Nimesh. Tonight, we are going to be covering the What If series. Well, some of them. So if you guys have been watching the show or if you've been reading the books, this show's for you. And as a special little treat, Trish is going to be talking about her upcoming series, The Counter to Stray Dogs, Feral. So that'll be later. What are they saying in the chat? I can tell you're laughing.
Oh, Lords of Brooklyn. I have an endorsement deal with Fancy Feast and a crossover with the Aristocats.
You should. At this point,
give me a Fancy
I'm really
Feast ad. I could
that.
do something with that.
Trish, thank you for being here. How have you been?
Oh, good. Staying busy.
That's always
good.
good.
That's good. We miss you. We miss having you on the show.
Well, I mean, I could be around. You just gotta ask.
Right. It's just like we do a lot of the things like last minute, kind of like we throwing everything to Brit and Jen, and then we don't want to do that to you too. So,
well, if you think about it, and there's some time, just
yes,
I'll happily join.
Right. Well, let's just dive right on in. So, guys, if you are just now joining, we're going to kick the show off with some What If books. And then at the very end, make sure you stick around because we'll be talking about Feral. You're going to get some insider information, some first looks at that really cool title. And again, if you're familiar with Stray Dogs, this thing's bound to be a success. So we're really excited about that. Okay, let's just kick it off. Oh, you guys are all out of order. Hold on. I'm going to put Trish in the middle. All right, Jen, what are we starting with tonight?
Wait, Britt said do what? Okay, sorry. This is What If number 1 from 1976 or 77. And Roy Wilson and Joe Sinnott did the cover, and Roy Thomas wrote the story.
I think it's from 77. Okay.
And then on the right is my favorite. It's my pick. Whenever I see it, I buy it. It's because it's the bullpen of Marvel as the Fantastic Four. So I always pick it up when I see it. So
that's a cool cover too. Hey, really quick,
I really like that cover.
Before we dive too far into it, raise your hand if any of you guys have seen the What If series.
Okay, I saw season 1, and I saw half of season 2.
Okay.
I've seen them both all the way through.
We won't do too many spoilers in case people haven't seen them, but you guys get the premise, right? You get the idea of what the What If series is. It's when you have all these really interesting changes, and they're all anthologies. So it's kind of fun take on really cool characters. All right, let's go down the line. Trish, if you had to pick left or right.
Let's see here. The red cover.
I think really?
Cool. Much more bold.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like the red cover.
Jen. All right, Lucy.
Same. I like that one. I don't know, something about that red. Even though there's a lot of red in it, like it's just the characters pop too. I don't know. Is it maybe because of the blue or something? I don't know, but I really like. Everything that's going on, I love it.
It's Stan Lee is Mr. Fantastic. The Human Torch is Sol Brodsky. Jack Kirby is the Thing, and then Floan Steinberg is Invisible Girl.
And I also like that there's some like Easter eggs kind of in that cover. You know what I mean?
Like what?
Like the fact that those characters are represented by people who worked at Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what? I was gonna say he kind of looks like Stan Lee, but I wasn't sure, and you just confirmed it.
Well, I mean, look at the word bubble too. It says Stan, something about Fireball.
Oh yes, I didn't even see it. Yes, you don't.
It's
you're right.
very small.
Very cool. All right. Sarah, last but not least, left or right?
I definitely am gonna go with Jen's pick, the right. And I was just thinking about this. It would be cool if somebody got, signatures from all the people that they're not homaging, but added on here.
Yeah.
Like Stan Lee and Flo. That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
Mhm.
Yeah. Agreed. I'm going to go against all of you. I'm going left, baby.
Why?
I mean,
Yeah, why?
it's number one. I mean, and it's hard to find. I've never seen that one out in the wild, although I don't think I've ever seen Jen's pick either, but it's the number one. So,
Wait,
Sarah, real quick, your hair looks phenomenal. Meant to tell you that.
Thank you. Thank you.
Someone
It's shiny.
someone said that they had their LCS. Oh, Bruce.
Yes, the $60 one.
For $60. Let's see if that's a good deal. A 9.8 is going for $446. So they call me Bruce. I'm curious as to the condition of the one going for 60 because a fine 32. So it's probably like an 8 in that range.
Mm-hmm.
Go
That
get
seems
it.
like a good deal.
Yeah, get it. Run.
Maybe he has it. Oh, he's not a fan of collecting those.
Yeah, $446 for a 9.8, whereas Jen's is coming in pretty at a 9.6 going for $149 with a fine going for 17. You can still find a raw of Jen's if you dig around enough for $4 though. So keep your eyes peeled.
I bet if you find it now, though, it'd be in some tough shape.
Yeah.
All
Probably
that red,
rough.
scuffed.
Yeah, for sure.
Although I bet a
All right,
white one
next
would be
up.
even harder to find.
Whose are these? Whose picks?
Oh, the one on the left is my pick.
Right.
What if is Ghost Rider, Spider Woman, and Captain Marvel were villains? This one came out in October 1979, and the cover is by Jean Colon, right? Jen, am I right? So I tried to look there, and I that's what I found. And I do not own this, but I just like the fact that I mean, Ghost Rider, I feel like he will be, it's just before what I have read and seen, like he looks like a bad guy to me, and I've seen like, Spider-Woman and Captain Marvel being bad. That would have been cool. I don't know. I really like this. I like the art on this. So yeah, this was my pick.
You always pick Spider-Woman comics too. Whenever I see Spider-Woman, I think of you.
Oh.
That it fits. It definitely fits. All right. What's on the right-hand side?
It's just What If number 31 from 1982. It's What If Wolverine had killed Hulk. Just because it's a switch on the classic.
Ooh, okay. So that's a tough choice there.
Yes, Jen, you put me against that other one. Okay, that's not fair.
I mean, that is a little rough. We'll start with Sarah, left or right?
Oh no. I like them both.
Gotta pick one. It's the
I
rules.
know.
You would pick mine, Sarah. If not, we're just...
Actually, I want to read Lucy's. I want to read Lucy's.
Oh, thank you, Jen.
Okay. I love Spider-Woman too, but I'm gonna go with What If Wolverine had killed the Hulk. I think that's a cool story too. You're talking about, taking down the big guy. So I think that'd be really interesting.
Cool
I'm over
twist in
them.
the-
I'm over them, so I don't care. Like, I feel those two characters are like, I see as in pyramid, like the Avengers and then the other guys, and then those are always there. Everybody's gonna always pick them, So I'm just
Nice sell, Lucy. Nice sell. She's pushing hers, Trish. Vote accordingly. She's really trying to give you some reasoning here. Left or right, Trish?
Oh, geez. I mean, I think the story's probably more interesting on the left, but the right has the better composition to me.
Yeah.
That's right, Trish. Absolutely.
And also, that's the least bloody death of Hulk I've ever seen.
She took an artist approach. Cop out.
Good one, Trish. Good one. Nice save.
All right, Jen, what about you?
What do you hire me for?
I would want to keep for PC the right, but I want to read the left because I want to see what that's all about.
Yeah, it sounds interesting. Let's take a look here. So Lucy's is going for $8 raw with a 9.8. I'm surprised by this, going for $499. That's
Damn.
that's
Damn.
more than
It's got the asterisk though.
I win.
still like who that's more than the number one went for. Huh.
I wonder if
Interesting.
I don't know.
I don't know either. $20 for the What If Wolverine Had Killed the Hulk with a 9.6 coming at $106. So,
what if it was signed?
ooh, that'd be cool.
It
Oh,
was
with the
49.
My pick was on the 79 for 1979 for a 9.8. Like we're in 2024. Like to have a 9.8, it's still like, the What If maybe it came out 80s, 90s? What year did it come out?
31.
Yeah, what year did that one come out?
I think that was the late 70s.
Let me see.
I think it was the late
31
70s.
to 82.
Oh, is it?
80s? Okay. Yeah.
I wonder if anybody ever
1982.
won that bike.
No
So-
kidding.
Only few years, but still, I win. I'm just kidding. Lucy ranked the prices. What the hell?
That was a good pick. I'm surprised. I'd like to research into that 9.8 a little bit more. Like Jen said, maybe it was a signature. All right, moving on. Next up. So this is kind of Sarah's pick. Wait, do I need to take this? Do I need to reload slides or is it after this?
It should have been reloaded.
Hold on. Reload them. Let me check.
Give me
Okay,
one
here's the
moment.
thing. I wrote
I
down
can
on my notes, what if
I-
34? And
I can talk about it.
and I didn't put the date. So when Sarah
That's fine.
Sarah posted a picture and everything, and I wrote down what if 34, and then I was pulling up all
Oh
the
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's there already. You have to reload.
It's
Okay.
it's two different. There's like the 70s, 80s what if, and then there's the 90s what if, and it was the 90s what if was her.
We're getting into bonus. Okay,
Oh,
so here we
wait.
go.
Yay!
This is your pick.
This is my pick. I actually own this copy, and this is What If No One Was Watching the Watcher. This is number 34. Like Jen said, this came out in February of 92. The cover is actually done by John Romita. So fabulous cover. I love this cover because it homages to the Marilyn Monroe Some Like It Hot movie. If you remember, she's standing on the grate and it blows up her dress.
Yeah,
I just love this cover. Like I was telling the girls, you have this, big, bald, baby-headed watcher with this like flowing Marilyn Monroe dress. This one, the stories aren't as serious. There's actually a bunch of stories. One is what if you were Spider-Man? And what if the Punisher was a hall monitor? And then what if Dr. Doom was a pediatrician? So it's a little bit more funnier stories in this one than, maybe the other ones that are a little bit more serious.
Well, now I want to read it.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
I love the cover.
I
think
love
it's-
the humorous take on it. Like I just
Mhm.
they don't make humor like this anymore.
right. I love it. Every time I see it, I pick it up.
I need a
I
Wolverine
want
cover
this.
with him like this. Like, please, someone.
Oh my
that.
god, a Wolverine
Get on
cover.
that Marvel.
Oh, hilarious.
Yes.
I mean, I could see a Deadpool cover like this, obviously.
Yes, Deadpool
Come on,
100%.
Rob.
Yeah.
Like it would fit
Yeah.
it, but like, I want
That's
like an
so
objectively serious character to be doing something stupid.
Galactus.
Right?
Yeah.
Can we get him doing something weird or something funny? I just think that's so
Yeah.
funny. This is so great. Excellent pick.
Yeah, this is a really, really good pick and worth the wait for sure. So, guys, if you're just tuning
And
in,
also,
we
if
are
you find
covering
it
some
for
of our
$7.
favorite what
Yes.
ifs. Yes. And
Buy
we're going
it
to be
every
talking with Trish here in a second about Feral. So, stay tuned for that. $7 raw. Moving on. So, now here's
So
the other.
what's funny actually is because I got it wrong, but both of those issues are the humor issues, right? So this is what if number 34, but from the 80s. But it's supposed to be like they quote it as like the crazy humor issue with lots of one page and one panel.
I love that
like,
cover so
strips.
much. Just the more I look at it.
Right?
And they're like, a couple of stories are like, what if the Watcher grew hair? What if the Hulk married She-Hulk? But wait, what? What if the Hulk married She-Hulk? He can't do that. That's his cousin.
That's his
That's
cousin.
weird.
That is
And
Okay.
that story takes place in Alabama.
Aw.
No offense to Alabamans.
In the cousin-loving planet multiverse.
That is so funny. Wait, what's up with those feet like between his legs?
There's somebody behind him.
is it Wolverine? Like, what if Wolverine's claws were on his feet?
No,
Well,
but
look at him. He's down there
Wolverine is
scratching like a
there.
dog.
Oh,
He's down there scratching his ears like a dog.
Who's behind him? I don't see
He's got claws on their
anybody
feet.
picking.
But also,
Ow.
Daredevil's got the arrow on his head. That's so funny.
That is funny. And do you see Ant-Man on the
Ant-Man's
floor?
giving him a hot
yes. Like it's with a match. That is hilarious. Oh my god, this covers it just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, it's a
Thor's
happy
got
accident
the-
that we included this.
Thor's got the helmet down over his eyes.
Yes. I couldn't tell if that was happening. Like,
I think Captain America has funny glasses and a nose with the mustache on.
Right, yeah. What's up with Man Thing in the back?
Oh, they call me Bruce.
where is he?
He's
He was,
right.
like, underneath it looks like maybe female Iron? Maybe Iron Woman? Look at below.
Hold on, let me make my screen bigger.
He's like holding on to
Oh
like
yes,
Ghost
yes,
Rider.
yes. I see him.
Is he putting out Ghost Rider?
He's pushing him because he's the Ghost Rider's in a wheelchair. And he's
Look what you
pushing
did, Jen. Look what you did.
All right.
This cover
Oh
has so
my
much
God.
happening on it.
It's funny.
I
love
recommend
it.
picking it up if you find it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is interesting. This is kind of a fun little addition to the show that we weren't really expecting, but it's panning out.
That thing looks
Jen,
like a
what's on
Where's
the
Waldo
right?
cover, you know?
Right, it's kind of like that. Yeah,
What?
That's just
the
so
right
funny.
side. What do you have on the right?
Wasn't that your pick?
No.
What if
Gosh,
Loki
my-
had found the hammer of Thor?
Oh, maybe.
Let me
I like
see.
that. I like the cover art.
Because
Did I send this?
Yeah, the cover looks pretty crazy.
How you say his name?
Sinkovich.
Yeah.
Sinkovich.
Sinkovich.
Sink of Witches.
Yeah, I do like Bill Sinkovich
Sienkiewicz?
covers. His art's always really cool and dark and fun. And I mean, that is a very cool premise if Loki had found the hammer of Thor, but he wouldn't have been able to lift it. So.
I love how dark and at the same time how I just love the contrast on it. I mean, I don't like, obviously, sometimes the titles get a little out of control because I would have liked to have seen
Yeah.
a little bit more of that background, but I think it looks cool. I'd read it.
Sinkovich stuff. I like it. That's badass.
Those
What do you think,
sandwiches?
Lucy?
Oh, I was trying to see if
Lucy?
it was your pick, and I don't see it. I don't see it on our chat, so you didn't send it on our chat.
I may have done it on Instagram. I don't know. I haven't had a
Maybe.
phone, so I'm a little bit all over the place this week. So.
I like the art because it's Bill Sanquit, which I just so
Sienkiewicz.
I gotta get
Sienkiewicz.
Mike
I'm
to
not gonna even
teach you how to say
try.
his name.
I can't even try. You know, the guys yesterday on Comic Lovers.
Yeah, cover lovers. They
Cover-
typed in the chat.
always-
Like,
Yeah, I'm like Bill, and I'm like, I'm not gonna even try to spell his last name. And I was just gonna put a bunch of like letters, but then Apollo bit he beat me
Beat you
to
to
it. But I was
Just-
like, I cannot. No, I'm not gonna even try. No, I'm done.
Like, you know the word Kevin?
Kevin,
All right, so say sin.
have-
Like you
you have-
sin.
we have done this before, and it's
Kev.
just not gonna stick. We can just move on because we're not. It's
All
not
right,
gonna
yeah,
stick.
you guys are crazy. Let's see here. So looking at the pricing, we're looking at $9 raw for that really fun, entertaining what if on the left. A 9.6 sold for $49, but there is a little asterisk, so keep that in mind. The what if Loki has found the hammer of Thor, so number 47 is going for $15 for a fine, and a 9.6 going for $119. Probably a combination of both the dark cover, which is hard to get into a high grade, the cover artist, and the cool story premise.
Nice.
Nice, yeah. It reminds me of kind of the opposite was what if Loki was never born in the What If series.
Yeah. Mhm.
That'd be another good one.
I like how sketchy it looks. Like,
Yeah.
you know, how
It was
kind of
creepy.
like concept art, like the what if stories are like concepts. So it
Yeah.
kind of like reminds me of old concept art.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Good eye. Oh, I'm excited about this one. Okay, Jen, what's on the left?
So on the left, it's What If 105 from 98. And then on the right, it's Venom Deadpool What If #1, 2011.
These are two banger covers with the first appearance of Mayday on the left, right?
Mm-hmm.
I have this in a 9.8 in the room.
I like that one. I bought that one, but it was like, what is it called? The one that they for the $1, the Marvel.
Believer?
Yeah, that one, the True Believers. Yes, I got that one because I really like that cover. I don't know why.
It's sexy, huh?
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
guess who did the cover on the right?
It'd be a Scotty Young.
Freaking-lutely.
Yes, look
It's
at
one of his most popular ones. It's like impossible. Does anybody own this?
No, I tried. There was a guy who was selling it, and I said, he's like, make me an offer, and I'm like, you're dangerous. Like, don't ever say that. It was like $100, and he's like, I don't think either he didn't reply back or he was like, no. Yeah.
I only know this cover from recent memory because I did an homage to it from I Hate Fairyland.
I would choose
That turned out really good.
Yeah, you did.
That's kind of perfect too because it's a Scotty Young
Right.
book.
It was just kind of like, ooh.
Oh,
Also, if I get to do covers for Scotty Young books, I'll just do them all the time. I don't care.
did you see what I'm wearing today?
Yeah, you and Sarah are both repping your Bird City comic shirts, and I'm not wearing one. I should have one on.
Look
Jen,
at
I
you,
told her I was
please.
wearing it today. I told her I was wearing it because
And I was like, I gotta wear mine then.
I'm like, I'm wearing mine. So twinsies.
You guys are getting
And
ready for
also-
Chicago.
Yes, and I mean, but also we have 34 people watching us. So make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, leave us a comment after the show, watch our other shows. And yeah.
All right. Well, these are both bangers, so this slide's hard to pick. Jen, left or right?
Left.
Trish,
I gotta pick the Scotty for loyalty.
Lucy.
Go Sarah first.
Sarah.
We know which way Sarah's gonna go.
Right. All the way.
Right.
Yeah,
Lucy?
absolutely.
Right and
No, I
left.
do like that. I do like that left side cover too. I like them both.
I
Yeah.
picked one, right and left. There you go.
All right. Well, let's see who's right here. Oh man, these are pretty evenly
Oh, man,
matched. I
that's
don't
a
think there's
dead
a wrong
heat.
answer here. This is pretty even. Near mint for the What If 105 is going for $200 for a near mint. Near mint for the Venom is $200. So yeah, these are pretty
It's
comparable,
hard.
guys. So really just
It's hard.
That's
like
interesting.
Except 9.8.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but
they're
it's
off
just
by what? Less than $20?
Like $20. Yeah.
Like $19?
I think it's close.
Still
Yeah,
That's
comparable.
a dead heat.
$21.
That's shipping. That's the shipping cost.
Right.
I like to see the raw. Like the raw is going for $200 in that condition. They're identical. I'd say these are pretty damn comparable.
Yeah. Yep.
But if you want to be a Jen about it, then yes, the 105 is a little bit more.
Yeah.
It has a
Nicole
slight
nudged.
advantage for shipping.
You want to be a Jen? That's gonna should be a shirt. Do you want to be a Jen?
Jen. All right, next up. So I know on the right is Trish's pick, but what is on the left? We'll start there.
It's What If the Punisher #1 from 2018. So I went newer, and
I used to own that one.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
Okay. And
That
Trish,
one
you're
looks
on the right.
wild. That one looks wild. I mean, I love, first of all, Peggy Carter is my all-time favorite lady in Marvel, since Captain America, the First Avenger. I'm just going straight off of Haley Atwell. I love her so much. But anyway, Peggy Carter, best ever. And I have like 3 copies of this. And I think it was the ratio at the time. And that was the only ratio I think I've ever bought. But I love the animation in this show. Some people think it's a little weird or rotoscopy or whatever, but
No, it's good.
I think it's neat. I think it's definitely showcasing a few things in technology as far as animation goes. But anyway, I like the stories in the What If series, and of course, I love any continuing adventure of Captain Carter I can get my hands on.
Do you think they're gonna? I feel like they're gonna make her more. I think I want her more in the MCU, but
I'm so angry that her show got canceled.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think that's kind of where all these books just like went.
I'm so mad that Agent Carter got canceled after 2 seasons because they closed that second season with some questions that never got answers. And now I'm just like, flip everything.
They have to circle back to it though, right? One of these days. Maybe.
I don't know. I mean, they are so keen to call like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and like the TV shows like not canon. So,
But they just changed the Netflix things are now canon.
Yes.
So
because
so
even though like even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. had some really great storylines.
True.
Like, up to like season 4 or 5, whenever they did that LMD arc, I was transfixed to my TV.
But you don't think that they'll make it like so? I feel like what gives me hope is that they just recently made the Netflix series for Daredevil, and like they just recently, like this week, I think, right, just made it now canon. They're gonna go from there. If enough people get behind Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., because even how they left it, and I feel like that who's that actress that plays Daisy?
Oh, I don't ever remember her name. I never liked Daisy.
Chloe Bennett.
She's
nice,
so Chloe
Sarah.
Bennett.
Nice.
Yeah,
Chloe job. At least you remembered her.
But she's been like seen out with like different Marvel actors, and then so I don't know. I feel like there's always hope.
Agent May needed her whole she needed a whole series all to herself.
But I'm saying that there might be still be hope.
Oh, please give me hope
because
for Agent May.
Because they did do a good job with like S.H.I.E.L.D. almost always tied into the movies. They just never tied it back.
They could never because they couldn't keep up because at a certain point the movies were coming too fast.
Yeah.
And the show couldn't keep up with that just based on how they were filming. I think like Thor 2 was like the strongest crossover action that they got. And then after that they kind of disengaged, and the references to the movies were much further apart. Anyway, that's my opinion on Captain Carter. Let's bring it back around.
Sorry. No, I absolutely agree. I think what they're doing with Peggy is they're sprinkling her in, and we see her in different movies now. When she's older, she's in these what if series, not just like one, multiple times we see her.
Yeah.
I personally think I don't know if we'll see her in something like continuously.
Secret Invasion.
Maybe. I think that that you mentioned about the Netflix series being canon, I personally think it's probably because Echo. Right. And I think with Echo, because now we're gonna get Daredevil, and I think they're trying to just say like, oh, this is a complete universe. These stories are part of part canon, and I'm hoping they bring back the Defenders. I would like to see Echo in the Defenders, but that's just my opinion.
Hold on, what did Deidre going to say? Unfortunately, they won't ever make Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. canon. It was a Paramuter production, and Feige despised him.
So Feige and the guy who was in charge of the TV series had a kind of sort of known beef, and they didn't get along, which is why what happened with the Inhumans.
Wasn't that what they were trying to do? And that's why that kind of all fell apart, why the movies started to diverge from the show, was that, they had that beef.
I think
damn it all, for the betterment of storytelling, you should all just bury that.
Yeah.
Because we could have had something great. And I hung on to that show for 6 seasons? 6 seasons in a movie? Shoot.
So I think it goes without saying that we all pick Captain Carter on this one.
Captain Carter! I mean, the Punisher cover's cool, but like Captain Carter.
Right?
Yeah,
I kind of wish that... Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead, Jen.
I kind of wish that Marvel would just do some of these what if series with these characters that we've seen on the TV show, right? Like we haven't seen a what if, like Captain Carter had her own series for like 6 issues, but like do other what ifs or continue on with it. Like continue on with the further adventures of Captain Carter. Like,
yes,
they just stopped. And even like the other heroes that we see in the what if, we don't see them again. And it's like, okay, well, give us more.
I think that's why I liked the second season of What If, because they kind of did try to keep, like, between the 9 episodes that there is kind of an overarching plot between them. So there's little pieces that drag you back in to make it a cohesive story. I hope they keep doing it that way. I hope we get more. I want more.
We will. We will be getting a third
Oh,
season.
that's right. I saw there's some concept art or something from the third season starting out.
They're
Yes.
talking about the end of 2024, and then this will also include the spin-off of Marvel Zombies.
Sweet. Also, the Marvel Zombies in the first season. Chef's Kiss looks so cool.
Chef's Kiss, the first one of the night. All right, so guys, on the left-hand side, we're looking at $30 raw. The Captain Carter, you guys said it was a 1 in 25, right? So it's holding strong at double ratio.
Yay.
Not too shabby.
Nice.
I got 3 of those, I think.
Wait, I really want that the Captain Carter where it's like her with like the
Was it the Nakayama?
Like Rosie Riveter kind of?
Oh,
we did
Nakayama. That one. Yeah.
I think
all right, let's keep on moving. Guys, there's 42 of you in the house right now. Make sure that if you haven't already, please sub to the channel. We are definitely trying to get it to grow. We have shows all week long to entertain you, and give it a thumbs up if you haven't already. Okay, so now
in the comments below, please put what you guys either your favorite what if episode or your favorite what if comic book we didn't cover that you kind of hope that they make maybe live action or cartoon.
Yeah, we could definitely do a part 2 of those too, guys. So if you're commenting after the show's over, maybe we can kind of incorporate those into the part 2 of this one. All right. So as you can see, though, we had Trish here, and she is the co-creator of Stray Dogs, which just took the comic book community by storm. I'm thrilled that she is coming out with the other half. So like the counter to Stray Dogs, which is Feral, covering all the cat lovers out there, right? Trish, why don't you tell us a little bit about it?
So what we're looking at here, we have the A cover, the B cover, which is the horror cover, and then the middle cover here on this slide is the 1 in 25 by Sweeney Boo. You'll notice that as we release these, we'll have a virgin variant that is done by a female artist. I'm affectionately calling us Cat Ladies. Cat Ladies of Comics. So there'll be one each month. We're planning it to be ongoing, so please support it a lot so we can keep doing it. It's the most different from Stray Dogs you could get without me completely changing my art style. So I think it tells the story virtually the same as Stray Dogs, but like, what's the exact opposite of what Stray Dogs was? Stray Dogs was kind of like a bottle, the story's contained in a bottle. So everybody's real close, they're trapped, they have to get out. The dogs are super innocent, sweet. I like to think the cats are kind of smarter. I reluctantly say. They feel things, they hold grudges, they remember stuff. So they have different brains. Their little brains work different. And they're in the world. They're out there in the wild. So that's like the worst case scenario for an inside cat, to be out in the world. And then for them to be kind of surrounded by a rampant rabies virus that is just turning their world into a living nightmare. It's so different than anything I've ever drawn. And it's so cool because, Feral was kind of a concept when it came to me. When Tony was, we were coming up with this, and Tony's, coming up with the stories, and we're having brainstorming sessions, and I was way more involved in this than Stray Dogs. Stray Dogs came as a full finished story to me as an artist. This is coming, I'm designing the characters as he's writing the issues. So each issue we get kind of a new guy, we get some new characters each issue, all designed, we're working on issue 6 now.
That's so cool. So this was kind of evolving as you go, whereas Stray Dogs was sealed, signed, delivered when you got it. This one you can kind of have room to grow and expand in different creative ways, which makes me even more excited to read it, because if you're involved in that part of it, man, it's going to be insane.
And it's, I'm drawing things that I haven't personally drawn before, like guts and blood. And, it's a very visceral story, whereas Stray Dogs was very cerebral. So, the more you thought about Stray Dogs, the more messed up it was. And the more you see of this feral thing, you're just gonna peel away the layers and go, wow, that was really in my face.
I can't wait. You know, for me, it's been some books. It's been a while for me to feel like I can't wait for this book. And definitely, I mean, you know, we read Stray Dogs.
Yes.
We just can't wait for this.
Mm-hmm. I think that it's going to be wild. I think that a lot of people might like it because we're kind of sitting in a we're doing a sophomore follow-up, to our debut. And Tony's a madman. He's doing too much. He's got a lot going on. But we're kind of coming into an era of comics where we're seeing a lot of animals in peril stories. We've got the Beneath the Trees folk using cute animals to tell terrifying stories. We've got Man's Best Friend coming out right around the same time as Feral. I did a cover for that too, by the way. Get your hands on it. But I read the first issue of that, and I think it's a cool story. They're pitching it as Stray Dogs in space, so
it's bound to be good if they use Stray Dogs as like a part of the reference for what that's going to be about.
You made it as a niche,
yes.
Right?
Like we found a little hole in comics where we can tell these awesome stories through the point of view or through a different point of view. And honestly, I'm excited. I'm more excited for this than Stray Dogs. The reality of Stray Dogs never really got to hit me because of the COVID pandemic and all that business. Like this, I actually get to participate in. I actually get to see out there.
Wow, get ready, Trish. Sorry. Get ready, Trish, because you're gonna have people line up for
Everybody wanted me to draw their dogs on Stray Dogs. I can't wait to draw everybody's cats.
Yeah.
Show Kiki.
What's funny is I used to have cats growing up. Like I had cats all over the place when I was growing up. And my husband's allergic, so I can't have cats now. But I would have a house full of cats again.
Would you get the Sphinx cats that you can have?
Oh yeah, they're neat looking. I think they're neat looking. I like the ones that look like Dobby. Like they get the real long ears.
Oh, I think I know what you're talking. Are they like? Is it wolf cats or something like that?
Yes.
Oh, I like the wolf cats. Those are neat looking. They're kind of like they've got like wiry hair and they kind of look a little scary, but I love them.
Yeah.
I love a lot of cats.
My sister had a hairless one and it was horrid. It would like spray you with like this stuff from its butt when it got scared. It had like a scent. Right. So I guess hairless cats, kind of like a skunk. If it got nervous, it's like anal glands would excrete this fluid. You guys never heard of this?
No.
My sister got rid of it because we went over there. It was so bad.
Horrifying.
You should put one of those. That's horrifying. Put that in feral.
Well, like I've got like I'm trying to figure out like I've been trying to like experiment with different breeds of cats too. Like you can't really tell because it's kind of I don't know. It's kind of generic, I guess, very Disney style. So like I'm trying to make them have more character.
There's a horror story from Rudy. Jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, do all cats have that? Okay, so see, all cats do that. Does Kiki spray stuff from her butt?
No.
Only boy cats don't.
Is it? No, Kiki doesn't do that. Look at Kiki. She doesn't do no.
I don't know. That's what happened. Kiki's beautiful, that pretty eyes. The Sweeney Boo cover in the center is absolutely stunning. I think she did a fantastic job. Bruce was saying in the chat earlier that she kind of created a nice softness to it, but was still with the contrast shadows. Yeah, that's an evergreen piece, Sarah, right?
And
right, absolutely.
And all of the
cat
lady covers.
Look at my cat.
Hi, baby.
She's mad. She's just like a cat. She'll scratch.
She's like, I don't want to be on camera.
Spray stuff out of it. What?
That's you, Trish. She sprays stuff out of her. Just kidding.
Right.
Wow. Sorry, Mariah. We'll delete this episode after it's over.
It's gonna come back in 18 years.
Right. Mom, like, guess what my mom said.
remember
There's like
that.
literally 40 people watching, Mom. Jeez. Okay,
Right?
let's take a look on the inside. If you want, if you guys,
Yeah.
what do you think? Take a peek at the inside.
So Britt said, okay, the big picture, she actually had a crop to make it fit, but she said it was beautiful in the detail, and it was like a sunset or a sunrise. So she really likes that the bigger. She just wishes that she could have made it fit. But
Oh, the second 2-page, because I sent 2-page spreads because those were what we were using as preview pages, and so this is kind of like the start of our story. I sent the title page. It was the first 2 pages where it's like Indoor Cats. That's the name of the story. That's the name of this issue. It's called Indoor Cats, but it's basically introducing the cats into the wild, and so
but she said you
this
did a
gives
great
you-
job with the detail in the trees and the forest, and like you just did such a great job.
Beautiful.
The colorist too, Brad does a lot for the mood. With the different colors that he chooses too. Tone did the background, so you'll notice that these backgrounds look way crazier than like the Stray Dogs backgrounds, because my very early in my career ass inked those pages in Stray Dogs, and Tone actually did the backgrounds fully, and then I did the characters overlaid, and I also touched up all the character and effect work when it came back from the colorist.
Wow. It's incredible how much work, how many layers these pages have that we don't see. We just appreciate it because it's awesome, but we don't know behind the scenes that there was 3 different hands that touched this page. You know what I mean?
Plus, Tony, of course, has to do the letters, so we all kind of take a turn. We all kind of take turns looking at it, and then I go
Awesome.
back again later and find more mistakes, and I'm like, well, that's why I'm glad that we look at it so often, because then we're like, we're really going over it. But yeah, they're way detailed. The characters are crazier. I draw them. They're more expressive. These, I think, are more expressive. All the rules are basically the same though as Stray Dogs. So like any of the covers that we're gonna do, they're gonna have the same rules. But technically we don't really have that many upcoming. So get on that, retailers.
There's a Bird City one upcoming.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm not sure anything about it, but there definitely is. Okay, before we let you go though, girls, do you have any questions about the upcoming book?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because I saw that there was an homage to Dawn of the Dead, which I love. It says feral issue. That's amazing. And I know you did this with Stray Dogs. Will we be seeing more homages?
Yeah.
Homage.
Homage.
Some
to
people say
other
homage. Some people
movies.
say homage.
Yeah, homage. Will we see more of those covers?
Absolutely. That's our bread and butter.
I
But
love
we will. The thing was, like, for the first issue, we have more covers than we did for Stray Dogs for the first release. Like, you'll see there's higher ratios. So there's like a 1 in 10, there's a 1 in 25, there's a 1 in 50, and a 1 in 100 or something like that. So, but the other 2 in this Dawn of the Dead series, like the Night of the Living Dead and the other one,
Oh, that's awesome.
they're also in there. And I believe that there's also a blank. So, but that's
There
only
has
for the
to be a
number 1.
blank.
Yeah, of course. Duh. It's an
There has
image
to be a
number
blank.
1. There's gonna be a blank.
Yes.
But I would want it anyway because I need them. I have a horrible problem with blanks. I have like 3 short boxes full of blanks behind me, plus Stray Dogs.
All right. Anybody else? Questions?
Are you guys gonna have? I have a question. Are you guys gonna limit, like, I know you guys, there's gonna be store exclusives, and there's gonna be a limit on that, how many you'll let people do, or is that up to Image? How does that work?
Well, I think that we're just taking whatever comes in. As far as I know, I'm out of the loop on who's doing them. But I know of 1 so far, plus, of course, Bird City. And Tony and I are limiting the ones that we actually are doing. Like my LCS is going to do one, because we're going to physically travel to them to sign it. And then, I think there's another one up in New York that we're going to physically go to as well. But yeah, we're limiting the ones that we do. So there's only a very small group of shops that are going to get covers from Tony and I. So,
All right. Jen, what about you? Any questions?
I'm trying to think. Well, I mean, they call me Bruce. Kind of. I think he's joking, but please don't comment. But
no, oh yeah, of course. Let's do 10 of those. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I agree with that. Don't do any of those.
I'm pretty sure that my one rule, like we had one rule for Stray Dogs, is that we wouldn't do Jaws because it was a little too like on the nose. People were always like, pause, do that one.
Oh yeah.
You know, or Peeps or whatever they wanted to call it. And I'm like, I can't, no. So that was the only one we literally would not do. And I'm pretty sure that, like, you know, we're still sticking with horror as the genre for the covers. You should see the ones for number 2. I'll show them to you.
And then you were saying it's gonna be an ongoing series.
Yes, we're planning ongoing. So we're planning for this story to continue past hopefully past 10 issues. I know that we have at least 6 done now. Well, he's writing 6 and I'm drawing 5. So we're kind of working in that, like, you know, in that timeline right now. It's gonna be
I'm so excited for you. You and Tony both, you guys are fantastic creators. And like we were mentioning earlier, I really do think that you created this whole separate niche for collecting. Like all these other books spawned. And I think that Stray Dogs was the inspiration behind a lot of them. So it's very impressive what you've done. Yeah, copycats. Yeah. You should have a copycat in the book.
Yeah. I do like, I don't mind that you know, all of these, you know, books are kind of falling into that genre. And a lot of them are really good. I think that it's a really neat perspective that, you know, comics never really did. And so we're just kind of, you know, continuing with what we've done. And hopefully, you know, people read this follow-up and they get on board with the story and they actually want to, you know, because I'm telling you, I've read them all. It's a crazy story.
Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, well, there you go, guys. Make sure you are following Trish on Instagram so you can stay up to date on all of her latest drops and developments. And sometimes she just posts these really cute sketches of whatever she's doing that day. So it's a fun page to follow. Before we let you go, again, shout out to Cover Price. Thank you again for being our sponsors, and Bird City Comics. We do have a launch tomorrow for Avengers Twilight #1 by Matthew Waite. It is an 8-bit homage, so right up our alley if you follow us. We're really into video game type stuff. So make sure you're following both of those on IG. Yeah, and that was it. Trish, thank you so much for being here. We're so excited for you.
Also, if you do go to my Instagram page, go to my bio, click the little linky there, and go drop some money to the Special Olympics for me.
Oh, that's right. The polar
I'm
plunge.
gonna do the polar bear plunge again. I may not get in the water this time. It depends on how cold it is. Because I got in last time and it was really cold. But like I raised $2,000 last time. I would like to get there again. You know, so
do we have the link for that so we can add it? Do we add it?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, I was gonna say it's in my bio. But yeah, my cousin who is part of the Special Olympics, he's had a really rough year. You know, physically and he's been in and out of the hospital, many surgeries. So I'm just trying to, you know, get some extra support for him since, you know, he probably won't be able to participate this time. So we're, you know, rallying. Yay, you did it. There it is. That's the one.
It's in the chat. There we go.
Yeah. Right. And I got to beat my coworkers too. So y'all got to help.
There you go. Good cause and good goal.
Healthy competition and
that's right.
And some good help for my cousin. But yes, I will come on anytime you guys want me. Just let me know.
Yay. All right. Well, thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. Again, make sure you're subbed up to the channel, and we will be back tomorrow. Team Nerdhood has a show tomorrow. Sarah, you're going to be on it, right?
I am. They are coming back with the Week in Geek. So we're going to be talking about some good topics. I believe Echo and, you know, whatever else has been going on. So, yes.
Gotta tune in for that. And of course, Thursday, we have Long Story Short. So every day of the week on this channel, there is something for you guys. So make sure you are subbed up. That's it. We will see you guys next week. Have a fantastic night.
Bye.